where is the mic? In close proximity, this thing sounds really, really good, but I could place this like right in front of my iPad, if you will. Hey, what's going on? This is Steven with MikeReynolds.com, and today we're talking about the Teegarden PAC-116. And as you can tell, I don't have a mic in my hand, so you're like, where is the mic? Well, these are actually what I call proximity mics, and I got one to compare it to, which is kind of a staple. So over on my right, your left, I actually have the PAC-116. In close proximity, this thing sounds really, really good, but in most cases, proximity mics, they just get as close as they possibly can. So I've used proximity mics on theater performances, tap dancers. They often get used in conference rooms, like for desktop or tabletop conversations. And so I was trying to kind of do the best we can to replicate some sort of usage. That's why I had it down on the table. But anyway, this is what the PAC-116 looks like. This actually is like a half cardioid. So on one side, it's a half cardioid, but it's a full cardioid from above. Because if I flip it around, you can hear the off axis. These actually have, so these are a condenser, by the way. So they also have a 10 dB pad on the bottom. We're not doing much with EQ. Our typical standard is just rolling off right around 85, or right at 80 hertz. So this actually sounds really good, especially from close up. And earlier when I was listening to this too, just being able to pick up things behind me, it would make a great plant mic if you're doing TV and film shoots, and there was no other way to get a mic in somewhere. I could place this like right in front of my iPad, if you will, and have no idea what my mic is other than maybe a shotgun. Of course, as you're listening, you can hear how it responds to whatever angle I'm at as well. So yeah, this PAC-116, that PAC is, they call it a phase alignment condenser. So I want to compare it to something very, very similar, but just real quick, this also has a 20 to 20 K frequency range, if you will. Some other usage, by the way, would be, I think when Teegarden Audio was doing this mic, this mic sounds more musical than other proximity mics that I've messed with that even look kind of similar. So it'd be really interesting to try this like on in a kick, or under snare, under floor toms, or even in a piano. I'm just really curious what that would sound like. So that's something some of y'all can try. I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on that. But as far as what I'm going to compare it to, it's going to be kind of a staple, what I call a staple in proximity mics, because it was around for a while. It was actually around as an AKG for a long time, and AKG and Crown and all that stuff is merged under Harman. So the Crown PCC160, some of you might be thinking the Crown, that's an amplifier. Well, they do have actually some mics. They make a headset that's kind of looks like a Britney Spears mic, but this is the one they're most known for, is this PCC160. So PCC actually stands for a phase coherent condenser. Now, you heard me say phase alignment condenser on the other hand. So they're very relative, where the phase coherency is the state of the wave. The alignment is the process to get them coherent. So they just call it a phase alignment condenser, phase coherent. They're more or less the same thing. This uses a supercardioid pattern, so on the backside you do get some pickup right in that really tight spot there. But same essential thing, where you have a full cardioid pattern on the top, but it's only half of it on the side. That's right. This reminded me of a use where for like audience mics, you could actually mount these to the back wall. Actually, I think this even has mounting holes right here. You could actually mount it on a back wall if you want to permanently leave it there to pick up the back of a room. They usually have these plates too to catch the reflective surface as a pickup point. So that's kind of neat too. One thing I didn't point out on the PAC-116 is that the cable on it is fixed, where a Crown has a detachable cable, so it uses like a mini XLR down to a ordinary 3-pin. So another difference is, so we mentioned this has supercardioid. This also has underneath, I believe, 3 filters. So it's flat, and then it cuts, and then it boosts. I believe that all happens right around, I want to say right around 100 or so. I could be wrong, but very, very interesting in how these are used. So if I'm thinking of other proximity mics, there's the SEBL8, there's the ever popular Shure Beta 91A used in kick drums all over the place, along with the Sennheiser's 901. Beyerdynamics got one. Everybody's got some sort of a proximity mic. But what you can do is, hey, bundle all these together, and what we like to say here is shoot out before you loot out. And if you do that on MikeReynolds.com, please use the promo code RENT15, saying 15% off your cart. And today that's all I got. It's the Teegarden PAC-116, and that was the Crown PCC160. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll catch you on the next mic.